Let's stick with the banking sector. Thank you, everyone, for sticking around. In case you're trying to remember where we are, you're just joining the show for the first time, you know where to put your reactions, comments, and observations as far as the programming is concerned. So put it at in the Twitter account of Harriet Agbeyi, who is the show anchor at CTV Harriet. She is still unavoidably absent, perhaps for a few more days down the line. Then you can tweet at me at bbosin. Then you can put it at Channels TV, the big platform for all the conversations around all our entire programming, including Business Morning. And if you want to make it programming specific, you can do that at Biz Morning. You know what to do. We'd like to hear from you. Let's stick with the banking sector. There's a new commercial bank just being licensed by the Central Bank of Nigeria. It's called SunTrust. I've got a bit of a transformation from a mortgage finance institution to a full-fledged commercial bank. Hamadu Jibrin is the Chief Executive Officer and is joining us now via Skype from downtown Lagos for a very short conversation at this time. Good morning, Mr. Jibrin. Thanks for coming through.
Good morning. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, and we appreciate that. We say congratulations for joining the club. These are very interesting times for you to join commercial banking business in Nigeria. This is the first time in almost 20 years that the central bank is licensing a new commercial bank to do business. So, talk to us.
Well, as you're aware, the central bank has granted us a commercial banking license. This is the first one that was granted since 2001. And we tried to transform the institution from where we started as a mortgage bank some 6-7 years ago. We were very clear from day one what we wanted to do, and given the industry where it is today, you will certainly agree with me that a staggering 90% of daily transactions are executed electronically today all over the country. And in fact, this has extended elsewhere in the world. And institutions that hold on to the belief that physical branches will remain at the core of what the brand does will not adapt easily to the customer of tomorrow, who basically does not even actually enter into the banking halls and do transactions. So this is the philosophy of SunTrust, and we actually believe from day one that we should create a financial technology institution, because banking is no longer where you go to, but certainly what you do on 24/7. Having said that, we also believe that the retail sector of the industry has not really been tapped. The recent exercise by the banks in conjunction with the Nigerian Interbank Settlement System proved us right that you do not have more than 30 million bank accounts across the country. And you have a population of about 180 million Nigerians. Certainly, this goes a long way to confirm the central bank's position that we really need to drive financial inclusion and also provide banking services to the underserved and those who are not in the banking system.
Yes, so, the population is there. If I may cut in, Mr. Jibrin, the population size is there. But the key question that we're putting that out there on the screen, that the economy is in recession. There is no foreign currency. There is no naira. The economy is contracting. This is the pool is very hot. You're jumping into the marketplace when the water is really hot.
You're absolutely right. But at the same time, you're also having a government that is very committed to pulling out the entire country out of this recession. And looking at the budget, you can clearly see that government is trying to spend its way out of the recession, which is a normal thing that they should have. They should do. Massive spending is actually expected to take place within the next 2-3 years, and I expect that when the government actually tabled the 2017 budget, which is going to be more realistically implemented, you'll see additional spending in that regard. And particularly, that spending will go into infrastructure. It's going to look at the power sector. It's going to look at the housing sector. It's also going to go into the transportation sector. And once there is huge spending in this sector, certainly there's a boomerang effect that will go along with the small and medium enterprises. And once you have that, then you'll be able to actually tap into that market, and then that SME sector will be the one that will pull out the entire industry out of recession.
You're not entirely new to banking, so doing mortgage banking, I'm sure you've had some rubbing some shoulders, as it were, with your colleagues who are in the mortgage banking, the bigger banking business. You've been reporting to the Central Bank of Nigeria one way or the other, so you're not entirely a new kid on the block. But as far as commercial banking business is concerned, it's going to be a totally new turf for you. How much of the market share do you think you can take a scissors and try to steal some of the existing banks' lunch, steal some of their customers, add them to what you already have? Moving where?
Well, our target market is going to be certainly the retail sector. And we're going to look at also the SMEs. And as I said, the current banking industry registration of customers has actually proved that we still have a large number of individual customers that have not been serviced. And that is what we are targeting, particularly the underserved. We are also going to play very big in the mobile money market, where you will actually drive customer acquisition through the use of mobile money, in which customers don't need to be physically with you, and provide also agency banking. So we're going to target the underserved. We're going to target the remaining 150 million Nigerians that have no bank account. So the market is very huge. The question is, we need to be able to be careful about those who have the disposable income, at the same time also would like to encourage people that will have at least enough savings in their kitty. So there is a huge opportunity out there. We still believe so.
All right, we're going to keep a permanent eye on you, Mohammed Jibrin. We'll keep an eye on your bank and you as the new CEO, as approved by the Central Bank. Welcome to the club, and thanks for coming in on the program. Mohammed Jibrin, who is the Chief Executive Officer of the new commercial banks by the name SunTrust Bank Limited.